So lying down on your back, really allow the legs and the arms just to drift away from the center line of your body. Let your palms face upwards. And allow your eyes to close. So this is your time now, your practice. You're going to listen to your body as we move through the class. Obviously with Yin we are holding our postures for a lot longer than we would be a Hatha practice. And when we hold our postures, it does enable us to work deeper. It does enable us to uncover the built-up tension, the stresses that our body naturally holds on to. But it also can bring up some discomfort, whether that's physically, emotionally, mentally. So really do acknowledge anything that may come up for you. If you can work through it with your breath, and if you need to come out, then that's what you do. But do know your body will be experiencing maybe a little bit of discomfort around those areas that are feeling tight, but there should be no pain. So I'd like you to place your hands on your tummy with just your fingertips touching. So your palms are down on the abdomen, fingertips are just touching. The elbows are soft, and shoulders are relaxed. And we're going to start to bring awareness to our breath. As you inhale into the belly's expanding, the fingers are separating. And as you exhale, the belly is softening and the fingers are joining. And we're going to take a few breaths in this way, arriving at our practice. And every time you exhale, I want you to start to release your day. Imagine a wave of relaxation washing over you as it spreads through the head, the face, shoulders, the arms, the chest, the abdomen, the whole of the back, the legs, and the feet and the toes. This wave of relaxation is spreading. most important thing that your body needs is this time and space. Coming to your practice this evening is truly honouring your body. When ready, just release the hands from the tummy. Bring your legs together and start to draw in your right knee. Bringing your hands around the knee, drawing the shoulders back down to the mat as you draw the right knee in. Just holding, softening the toes, sending the lower back into the ground beneath you. Drawing in that right knee, a little further, a little deeper. Keeping hold of your right knee, just start to circle your right ankle. Just keep the movement really slow. Make your big toe as a pencil, drawing a circle in one direction. Take a reverse, that circle. Releasing the rotation of the ankle, just start to draw a circle now with the right knee. This can be keeping both hands on the knee or maybe releasing one hand. Sending that right glute into the mat. And then changing direction. Maybe that circle's getting a little bigger now. And then take a last squeeze in of that right knee. Let that right leg go, let the arms stretch overhead, stretching long into the body. Stretching the fingers, pushing the heels away. And then pointing the toes, stretching through the front of the legs. And then softening the legs, the toes, bringing the arms back down to your mat alongside you. Starting to draw in the left knee now. Maybe the fingers are wrapping around, squeezing that knee in, Drawing the shoulders down to the mat. Holding that left knee in. Coming back to the sensation of your breath. Again, there's still that wave of relaxation. The face is soft, the shoulders, the arms, the legs. And when we start that roll of the ankle, keep the movement slow. Allowing the space this time. Any thoughts start to wander in. Literally saying, no, thank you. This is your time. We're going to reverse that circle. And we're then drawing that circle with the knee, maybe keeping both hands linked or just using one hand to support. Massaging into that left hip, left glute. Changing direction, maybe that circle's getting a little bigger now. And then take a last squeeze in of that knee before taking that long stretch again. Send heels away, arms away. Stretching with the fingertips. And on your exhale, let the arms come back down alongside you. Palms to the mat. Let's take a bend into both legs. Bring the feet onto the mat. A little bit of distance. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Slight tuck of the chin in. Keeping the arms where they are. Start to ground into your feet. Take an inhale and start to push the hips up to the ceiling. Holding at the top. And a gentle bridge. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, start to peel the spine back down. Keep the movement really slow. Once the whole back is back to your mat, take a cactus into your arms, bending at the elbows, back of the hands to the ground. And just start to shift the knees left and right. The movement is slow. You take a little pause between each side. See if you can slow it down even further. Imagine your arms are glued to the ground, just the lower body is moving. Now letting your knees fall to one side and resting there. Turn your head in the opposite direction. You're going to stretch into the neck. Breathing into the belly, just as we did at the start. Slowing down. Further into your practice you go. I want you to embrace that stillness even further. You're so used to moving, doing, rushing, constantly thinking. And in our body, in that fight and flight response. When we slow down, when we rest, when we do our yin practices, this is nourishing our body, our mind, our soul. We're going to slowly turn the head back to center. Moving the knees back to center too. Making any adjustment that you might need with your spine, so again it feels central and aligned. Take your inhale and your exhale, the knees fall over to the left or the right, depending what side you've just done. And turning the head in the opposite way. Allowing the eyes to close. Maybe already feeling that difference from the start of your practice to now. ready, you bring the head back first, and then the knees. Resting for a moment. Bring the arms back alongside you. And then drawing both knees in. Take a squeeze, a hug, maybe a little bit of movement side to side. Knowing that your own body will always guide you, always tell you what feels best. Always honouring that natural intuition. Taking a last squeeze here, last roll. Making your way over to one side. Taking your time to very slowly make your way back up. So we're going to stay seated, but we're going to grab our yoga bolster or our pillows, whatever we have. We're going to take the legs wide, so if that means sitting on a rolled up blanket or a small block, that makes it easier to come forward, then that's what you do. Push into your heels for a moment and then just let the toes soften. So we're not going to keep that gripping, we're just softening. It might be that we stack our bolster with some blankets to make it higher. We can always put our block underneath it to bring it higher as well. And then we're just going to start to fold down towards it. That might mean stacking the hands for the forehead, might mean dropping the elbows to support the head, might be grabbing a few more blankets or pillows. You want to be supported, so please make sure you're supported, the head is supported. And once you're there, if you folded forwards, maybe you can soften your arms or your shoulders a little more. And this is where we rest. We explore that space. We breathe into any tightness. In yin, we naturally hold the poses for around 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to start to go quieter. As I said, please listen if you need to come out sooner. Just know that's okay to do so. I'm going to take a few more breaths. And we're going to slowly start to come out. You come out with care, with ease. No rushing, no jolting. You come bringing the spine back up. So 2 options for our next pose. We can bend the knees and just bring them to the outside edge of our bolster or pillow. Or we can go a little stronger, bringing our feet on top of our bolster or pillow. Maybe wrapping the hands around the toes, softening the elbows, and just starting to tuck the chin in. Now again, you could maybe have an extra pillow here or a rolled up blanket so you can support yourself a little further. And if that version feels too strong, then please take the feet to the outside edge of your bolster. In that supported butterfly pose. You can be feeling this into the lower back, into the glutes and hamstrings. Breathe into that tightness that you may be feeling. Soften the shoulders. Let the arms feel heavy if you can. And we're going to rest just here, allowing the body to do its work, traveling deeper into those tissues and muscles and fascia. Taking a few more breaths now. very slowly easing out. Releasing the legs. And we're going to keep hold of our bolster. We're going to come round onto our knees. We're going to take our knees either side of our bolster, so just pull that bolster to you, or pillow, whatever you're using. We're going to start to work into our shoulders, where we tend to hold tension and tightness. So what I'm going to get you to do, if we do the left side, and I can show you a bit more with the left arm, is we drop the left arm down onto our bolster, palm facing upwards. We can either bring our right hand to our bolster, or maybe it's the support for our forehead. Or if we want something stronger, we turn our right ear down to our support. So we start to stretch into the neck as well. Now with that left arm, it might be that you need to bring it a little further forward. It might be that you want to shift it further back. So really play around, find that point that feels nice. You're getting a lovely stretch in the shoulder blade, and find that position that feels good for your forehead or your neck. Don't be afraid to maybe grab a blanket or extra support. Make sure the tummy is on the bolster. Make sure your knees, feet are comfortable. Always prop with rolled up blankets or pillows. Making any last adjustments so the body then can be still. Again, we're holding, we're exploring that space, we're using our breath, sending that breath into those tension points, feeling them expand and soften. We're going to rest here a little longer now. If you did have your head turned, just bring it back to centre for a moment. Maybe just resting the forehead on the right hand. we start to push into our right hand to make our way up. Just bring your hands either side of your bolster, come onto your knees for a moment. You can tuck your toes if you wish, or just keep them soft. We're going to inhale and exhale in a cat-cow. So you're rolling your spine up to the ceiling as you exhale. And your inhale, dropping the belly towards your bolster, gazing up. And just taking a few rounds, breath and spinal movement. Taking one more breath. And back to that table, sitting back to our heels, coming up for a moment, making sure we're drawing that bolster back to us, taking any support if we need anything under our feet, under our ankles. And then we're going to do our right arms. Remember, we're going to drop that arm, that shoulder down to our bolster. Our palm is facing upwards. We can hug it and turn our left ear down to that support. Or maybe our forehead is coming on to our left hand. So adjust, make those allowances. This side might feel different. You might need to adapt it or change it a little. And then once we're there, we're just going to let the eyes close. Very deep stretch into that right shoulder blade. And breathe into that space. So breathe into the belly. The belly is massaged against the bolster. Every exhale, maybe sitting a little deeper towards the heels. And we're going to rest here now. If you did have your head turned, just bring it back to centre. Just supporting it with your left hand. Taking one more breath. pushing up and away from your support. So I'm going to get you to bring your bolster along your yoga mat. And it may be that you'd like a blanket for your head, but not too high. And I'll just show you, we're going to work into the shoulders a little more, but rotating backwards, and the chest. If your bolster feels too strong, you could use a rolled up blanket instead. So we roll over our bolster. We need to come over it, we need to drop our chest down towards our bolster, and ideally our glutes down to our mat. Now it's quite strong, so if it feels too much, you're going to remove your bolster, maybe use 2 blocks or a rolled up blanket. It may also be that you want a block for your head. That makes it less strong. If you have something for your head, you're going to open your arms out to the side. So you're rotating the shoulders back, the chest is high. Keep a bend in the knees, the feet are on the mat and the glutes are on the mat. So don't be afraid to make any adjustments that you may need. Palms facing upwards. Make sure you're not laying there feeling uncomfortable. Always change it to, as I said, a rolled up blanket or a small pillow instead. And once you're there, just let your eyes close. Your arms and shoulders feel heavy. Breathing into your heart space. As you exhale, letting go of any deep-seated worries or tension or heartache from behind the heart. Letting that bolster, letting that support hold you. This can feel quite strong, so you won't stay quite as long. Do know you can come out sooner if you need. The breath is long. Taking a few more breaths. So come out, you're just going to let your elbows, your arms bring you back up. You're going to keep a bend in the legs and just roll forwards like you're giving yourself a hug. And the shoulders roll in, releasing the back. And then slowly coming back up. So move away your block if you had one in place. Draw your bolster now into your lower back. So just shift down your yoga mat a little because you need some space behind you. We're going to roll over our bolster or our pillow or rolled up blanket. We're going to push our hips up, slide our bolster lower. So you want to think lower back, top of the glutes. You've got a blanket maybe under your head so you have that comfort, that support. Your legs now are going to go long. It should feel nice on your lower back. You have the option of sending the arms long, reaching up and behind you. Just make sure that they come down to the ground, the back of the hands. Or you could cactus the arms, bending at the elbows. So choose that version that works best for you. Maybe try both and see. Let go of any gripping of the toes, the feet or the legs. If it's not feeling okay, adjust the bolster. Or take a bend into the legs. And then just let your eyes close. Breathing into the belly and the hips, the lower back. Expanding and releasing. Keep breathing into those areas as we now hold. We're going to start to bend back into the legs. We're going to draw the knees in towards the chest, just bringing the hands to the knees as you draw them in, stretching out that lower back. Draw the shoulders down to your mat as you just softly hold the knees. An option here to take hold of the outside edge of the feet Coming into happy baby, drawing the knees towards the shoulders as you hold. Slowly releasing the legs, sending the feet down to the mat one at a time. Planting the feet down, pushing up and away from your bolster now, just sliding it down your lower back, down towards your legs. You can bring your bolster underneath your knees or just send it away for a moment. We're going to be planting the feet back onto our mat, our arms alongside us. Shift away anything that might be under your head. So the back of your head is on your mat. Doesn't matter if your blanket's there quite low. We're going to start to push up into a gentle bridge, sending the hips high, holding at the top. And then exhale, start to place the spine back down, slowly, slowly. Take a link into your fingers, bring your hands underneath your head, resting the elbows down to the ground. Let the knees fall over to the right side. Always pick up the right heel, placing it on the outside edge of the left knee. Holding now in our spinal twist. If it feels too strong, we can bend both knees together. Option of turning the head to the left. Just closing the eyes. Bringing the head back to center if you turned the head. Taking your time, bringing the knees to center as well. Keeping the feet on the mat, again just shift the spine in that neutral position if it's come out of alignment. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the knees fall now to your left. We can stay just where we are. We pick up that heel to the outside edge of the right knee. drawing that stretch a little further. And also that option of turning the head to the right. Turning the head back to center. And very slowly easing the knees back to center as well. Releasing the hands from under the head. Maybe taking a last squeeze of the knees into the chest. And then you're going to make your way into your version of Shavasana. So maybe that's with some support under your knees. Maybe that's a lovely blanket over you or underneath you. Maybe it's covering the eyes with an eye pillow. Maybe it's turning a light off. Just adjusting now, setting that setting for deep relaxation. Making any final adjustments. And the body can rest and be still. Lying in Shavasana, take a deep breath in and a slow exhale out. Bring awareness to the top of the head. Feeling the top of the head and the back of the head just melt into the ground beneath you. Feeling that wave of relaxation spread across the forehead, the eyes, and the eyebrows. Feeling a softness spread through the whole of the face. Softening the cheeks, the tongue, the jaw. Releasing any tension from the neck, the shoulders. Feeling a deep sense of relaxation spreading down the arms. Softening the fingers, the palm of the hand. Feeling that relaxation into the chest, the lungs, the abdomen. Feeling the whole of the front of the body and the back of the body sinking deeper into relaxation. Sending that wave of relaxation down the legs, all the way to the toes. Feeling the whole body getting heavier. The head, the arms, back, front, the glutes, the legs, and the feet. Whole body feeling heavy with relaxation. Whole body feeling heavy with relaxation.